Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. Okay, so it's a bit difficult this. I've been thinking about my wife a little bit. She died in March 2021, and I remember at the time Bitcoin was going mental, all my trades were going mad. I was probably the richest I'd ever been, and I felt the poorest I've ever felt. And yeah, so so I was kind of just feeling a bit sort of melancholy about it. And so what was the price? In March 2021, the price of Bitcoin went up to 62,691. Yeah, and I think I was in like a 10x long position, and I did one of the best trades of my life then, and it was incredible. Since then, I've been using the whole suite indicator. That's this thick green band here and the red one there. I've been using this mainly on the 5-minute time frame just to sort of get an idea of the way prices are going and stuff, and it's been quite good fun, and I've quite enjoyed it. And if you need it, you just go to TradingView and just go to indicators and put in something like whole suite, and then it's whole suite by Silico. And that's the one I use. And I don't change any settings in it at all. I just use it as is. Now, what I did notice was I've never really looked at this on the monthly time frame before. And if we go back here, so say when it went from like red to green there. When was that? That was 2019, 1st of June. I actually remember that because we were on holiday in the UK, actually, because we lived in France at the time. I remember being quite excited about the price of Bitcoin. And when it did that, it did go up about 62% at one point. Okay. And then it went red again. So it went red 1st of February 2020. Then it went green again in May. Now, what was that? Okay, you see this little wick here? This looks almost insignificant, okay? That was the COVID crash, okay? How insignificant was that? Wasn't anything, was it? So from then, we went from the COVID crash to the all-time high, and that was a 2,054% increase in price, okay? Shortly afterwards, the whole suite went red, and that has been red until kind of December last year, but now January. Okay, now this is a lagging indicator, so it kind of tells you what's already happened. Okay, so we can see what's happened here. The price has gone up. If we look back here, the price had already gone up. Okay, I don't know. To me, I know the past doesn't predict the future, but like Jesus Christ, nothing in crypto, nothing in TA is ever guaranteed. But like, I think we're looking at something massive here. I think I think we're going to be at 100k Bitcoin easily sometime next year in 2025. Who knows? Maybe even sometime this year. Now, back in 2021, I did know how to take advantage of the price volatility of Bitcoin. But back in the COVID crash in 2020, I didn't know anything about trading. Basically, what I'd done, I just bought a load of Bitcoin, and then I just watched it go down in value, then I watched it go back up again. Now, I'm not going to say this is financial advice or anything like that, but I really wish I'd known how to trade back in like 2019. It would have been really good, and I think I would probably have a lot more Bitcoin now than I've got today. And I tell you what was really cool was yesterday. I didn't make a video yesterday because I was out for the day. I went to see a friend, and it was quite a long distance away, and I was going to be driving for quite a while. And while I was doing that, I was actually in a trade. I'd had quite a good entry. This was the start of yesterday, and this was the end of yesterday. I had quite a good entry down here kind of thing. And what I did, I set some partial take profits up at the top of this VWAP standard deviation indicator here. That's this one here. Yeah, partial take profits up there, and I'd put like buy orders down here. And really, with a day like yesterday, with Bitcoin being stuck in this range here, it was beautiful. I made a load of money by basically buying here, selling there, buying here, selling there. Now, if I'd have bought Bitcoin, I'd have bought it, say, at the start of the day, and by the end of the day, it would have been the same price. Now, obviously, there's a bit of skill you need to develop here, and you need to get an idea of the way prices move, the way charts can be interpreted, that kind of thing. And it isn't for everybody, but what I would say to you is if you are thinking about trading and you want to take advantage of the next bull run, or even just the volatility of Bitcoin at the moment, then I think learning to trade is a really good thing to do. And I wish I'd done it earlier. Now, I trade with leverage, which means I can use, say, 0.1 of a Bitcoin on 10x leverage, and it's like I'm trading with one Bitcoin. This does bring risks. Obviously, if the price goes down and you've effectively lost more than you borrowed, your position gets liquidated and you lose your money. So you need to learn better than me how to do risk management, how to accept small losses and then try and just get more wins than gains. But it is doable. Not financial advice at all. In fact, probably the worst financial advice. But I think knowing how to trade is a really useful skill. And I think the sooner you do it, the better. Because I just wish I'd learnt to do it years ago. Okay, so that last bit was earlier on today, and since then we've had the FOMC meeting. I didn't actually watch it, to be honest, and I think the thing was inflation rate is going to stay the same and nothing really. But what normally happens with that is you normally get some sort of like an increase and then a decrease, and it ends up the same as it was before it started. I did take advantage of that a little bit. I wasn't a little bit of a long there, but I didn't quite anticipate how big it was going to go, so I didn't actually make that much money. But this is a sort of thing that you can trade, you see, like using things like the VWAP standard deviation here. So for example, if you were to go into a trade now, you'd probably be looking at going into a long around about 42,171. Or you would have taken a short up here at like 43722. Now, a lot of my friends have said, oh, it's just gambling. It's not gambling at all, because, if you were gambling, then, you wouldn't have a clue what the outcome was going to be. You wouldn't know if someone said, like, is it going to be up or down? You wouldn't know. It's the same as like a roulette wheel with the red and black. You wouldn't know. It's either going to be red or black, or very occasionally the little green one with a 0, which is when the house wins, by the way. The point of trading is you have an edge. You know that the probability of the outcome of a trade is going to be a certain percentage towards one way or the other. You might lose 4 out of 5 trades, but then you might have one that is amazing and negates all those losses and makes you an overall really good game. Now, I've done this several times, and I've made quite a lot of money. Also in the process as well, I've actually had some big losses as well, and a lot of it is a kind of psychological battle. In a way, I think it's actually quite good for learning something about yourself. I've definitely learned something about myself as well. I am probably now a bit more reckless than I used to be, because maybe my life situation has changed a little bit. At the same time, I'm taking bigger risks, but I've got more capital behind me to take care of all the normal things that cost money in normal life. Okay, so a bit of a weird video today, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. So if you did, please give it a like and make sure you subscribed. And while you're down there, why don't you leave a nice comment and make sure you subscribed. Make sure you've got the notifications set on all. That's the little bell thing. And above all, tell your friends.